Hello and welcome to baby's first week. This is day 3. I'm looking a bit dishevelled really today, which is no surprise, but actually had a really good day. He slept, well, not all night non-stop, but he woke up for feeds. I think that he slept from 9 till 11, and then 11 through to 1, and I thought, okay, every 2 hours we can do this, that's fine. He's only like 2 days old or 1 day old. But then he slept from 1 straight through till 4, and then he woke for a little bit at 4 o'clock and then slept through till about 6:30. So there was a big chunk in the middle where I got, well, I say I got good sleep. Actually, I was really paranoid that there was something wrong, so I kept waking up and touching him on his tummy just to make sure that he was okay. But otherwise he slept really well, and I think the reason is because my milk came in through the night. I think that all of the suckling from the day before and the night before has paid off, because it's only, well, it's day 3, but it's his second full day. And my milk is already in. Like I'm literally got boulders on my chest right now, and it satisfied him because he was just starving the day before. So milk has come in, which is unusual. They say, I think sort of day 4 is the average, but I think being my 3rd baby and the fact that he was so big and just guzzling away, wanting it, he sucked and sucked until it's come in, whereas with the other 2 they didn't really show much interest, and so it didn't come in till sort of day 4, day 5, I think, with them. So it's unusual for day 3 to be the day that it's come in, but it has. And I'm not gonna lie, it's absolutely excruciating. I did have lacerated nipples with LJ because of her terrible latch with tongue tie and everything. And so my right boob is still, I mean, they're healed obviously, but they still are scarred, and so it's really painful feeding him on my my right side. Did I say right side before? I don't know, my words are all jumbled. So yeah, my right side is excruciating. Left side is also excruciating. When your milk comes in, it is painful because they can't latch very well because they're just so full. Even though he's got a really good latch, he's struggling with the fullness with all the milk. But hopefully that will just settle down in the next few days, and that will stop. And I forgot to bring the things up. I had them in my hand and I put them down, but I want to say to you, when you if you are having a baby or you are struggling with breastfeeding right now, the thing that you need to order immediately from Amazon, you can get them, or Boots sell them, I'm not sure where else, but the Medela hydrogel pads, and they are simply, hang on, let me take one out. So excuse me. Oh, there. So they are little pads like this, little clear pads, and they have a gel. I don't know if I can, I'm not really see anything, but they just have this gel, and they're £10, and you get 4 in a pack, so 2 pairs basically, and they're reusable. So even though you think, oh, £10, I'm telling you, money well spent, because the gel, when they're just left out on the side, so once you're feeding and then you pop it back in, the cooling relief, think cucumbers for your eyes, gel for your boobs. It's the same cooling sensation. And I had them with LJ. Let me just put that, oh, see, it's just such a relief to have it on there. I discovered them when I had my lacerated nipples with LJ, and I swear that's the only reason that my nipples healed, because you just wear them all the time, day in, day out, and then if you think, oh, you know, they're getting a little bit manky or whatever, you could rinse them, not scrubbing them because that would scrub the gel off, but you rinse them under the tap and leave them out to dry, and then meanwhile you're wearing the second pair. And I swear that's the only reason that they healed. I mean, in the end my milk dried up because she had tongue tie and I didn't realise. But I'm hoping this time I'm using them so early on that I won't suffer really with my poor nipples, because but it is just so painful today. So I'm popping the paracetamol every 4 hours, and it is sort of numbing it slightly. So that's it for me today. I'm not really emotional. Normally when your milk comes in, that also ties in with the baby blues that they say, but actually I'm feeling quite good, and I think that's probably because it's day 2, or day 3, sorry. So maybe tomorrow I might be a hormonal mess, but today I'm feeling quite good. I was able to take G to school. Everyone was really surprised to see me. They were like, and how old is he? I was like 2 days old. But I'm, you know, besides my back is still hurting, but apart from that I'm feeling quite good. Blood loss is slowing down, which is also really good, and I think that's just because he's sucking so much, it's contracting my uterus. And I remember the thing from yesterday, after pains is what I was trying to say yesterday. It came to me after I stopped filming, it's after pains. So, and they've stopped today. I've actually hadn't even realised until I've just said it, but they have stopped today. But I think it's and I felt my uterus this morning, it's like the size of a grapefruit now, so it's really shrinking down. And that's it for me. For him, the midwife has just been. It's almost 7 o'clock and she's only just turned up. She was running late. They had a midwife down or something, and had to do his eyes because they'd forgotten to do them yesterday, to check that they've got the red, you know, when you reflect a light and the red goes back at you or something. So they've checked that and he's all fine. He lifted his head today. Can't remember if maybe he did that yesterday as well, but I managed to catch that. So he's really strong, but you think, well, 10 pounds, he's further along than a smaller baby. He's grown and you know, he's like a 3-month-old, bless him. And what else has he done today? He is able to wind himself, which is just blew my mind, because that's one of the worst things about a newborn, is you have to pat them on the back for about 6 hours before they burp. But he's just able to burp on his own, so which is really good. Bad news is I do think he's going to have either a silent or non-silent reflux, because he's already there's just something, he keeps choking, which I have a feeling he might have silent reflux. So it's not as bad as reflux in a way that there's not the projectile vomit, but it's like you can't prove it to a doctor that, you know, you have to really battle. But I will battle if that needs be, if he needs any help. But at the moment he's okay, as long as he's not on his back. He's all right. We know we've got wedges under the Moses basket, and I don't know if you can see that pole there. That's his hammock, and I managed to work out how to raise it up so it's even more, it's sort of like, instead of a hammock it's like that, it's a little bit more like that, so he's sleeping a little bit upright at night, and he's loving his Poco Baby hammock as well, which is great. And I think that's it. I think we're doing really well, and hopefully that will continue, but I am on the lookout for my emotions tomorrow for day 4, so I will let you know how I'm feeling. But as of day 3, we're coping pretty good. I will finish off with my bump shot. It has shrunk a little bit more today, and I think once I get walking it will shrink down even further. But I'm just embracing my body. I didn't you know, I don't feel embarrassed to have a bump still. I've just grown a human, for goodness sake. So yeah, I've still got a bit of bump, and that is fine by me. But it's not feeling as solid today. I think that's because my uterus is shrinking, but it is still, my little baby pouch is still there. Oh, and the other thing, as I realised today, is I breastfed in public for the very first time, which is madness, seeing I fed G until she was about 4 or 5 months, but I realised that I just didn't really leave the house in all that time, which is, I remember I used to plan trips to the shop or whatever during feeds, so I'd walk down to the shopping centre at the bottom of our road where we used to live, and make sure I was back in 3 hours time or whatever to feed her again. I never fed her in public. I don't know how I even got away with that. Obviously at people's houses I did, but you know, actual public. LJ obviously was bottle fed, so I never had to worry about that, you know, or not worry, but you know what I mean. But today I went to Wetherspoons and I fed out in public, and it was absolutely fine. Nobody stared at me, nobody asked me to leave, so it was a big relief. But I am wearing, I'm going to just stand up and show you, this is from Mum Me, and I'll put a link below, but it is a breastfeeding top, so it just lifts up there and then you can just, you know, access your breastfeeding bra. And yes, it was a success, and she fell asleep in her new pram and we had a little walk around town. So yeah, a good day today, but I will hopefully see you tomorrow for day 4.